What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another video. So this is basically gonna be another reaction video today. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all know the vibes, man. We're basically gonna be reacting to a woman basically trying to dethrone masculinity, right? And she's basically trying to get men to be submissive to her and to other women, right? And the thing you have to understand is that this society already does a good job at trying to dethrone masculinity, which is very, very terrible. Because what they want to do is that from the minute that men are born, into as little boys, what they try to do is they try to indoctrinate men into society and try to get them to get in touch with their emotions. And then when they're getting into a little bit of an argument or a dispute, they want to resort to shooting somebody or killing somebody, right? Or physically harming somebody. But let's get into this video and see what she talks about, right? So y'all gonna see the screen recording pop up on the screen in a couple of seconds, but without further ado, let's get into this video, right?
What's up, y'all? What's good? What's poppin'? How to get your man to be submissive. Rule number 1, you gotta be a boss ass female. You have to have your own shit, your own money, your own car, your own crib. You gotta have your own shit. No man wants to be submissive to a woman who is always asking for rides, is always asking for $20, $40, is always asking for something. If she's not asking for help around the house, around her house, if she's not asking what you want to do for date night or whatever, things like that, you have to be a grown-ass woman for him to be submissive to you.
Alright, I want to stop it real quick. Because it's women like this with the mindset that they possess that's going to cause them to be lonely forever. You have to understand one thing based off of the rip, right? If you cannot be submissive to a man in a relationship, right, or submissive to a man in general, no man is going to want to be with you. Let me repeat myself again. If you cannot be submissive to a man in a relationship or be submissive to a man in general, no man is going to want to be with you long term. All of what you're saying right now is complete BS. It is nonsense, right? And you know it yourself as well too. This is why I say that women are backwards in most situations, because the thing you have to understand is that she's going to come on here and try to gather an army of women and tell women that this is what you have to do to make a man to be submissive to you. But then once the man starts to act submissive to you, you find it as if it's a turnoff to you because you want somebody who is strong and has a dominant personality. But you're not willing to put your pride to the side in order to be able to be submissive to that man so the relationship can run, right? Let's go back to the topic of traditional masculinity. It even says in the Bible too, even if you don't read the Bible, you have to understand that with masculinity and men understanding their purpose, that all comes from God, right? God made men the head of the family. God made men the head and made women the neck, right? You have to understand something. The head is the leader. You have to allow the man to lead and use his masculinity and his right judgment based off of his mental capacity to lead. But when you have a woman like this that's trying to get women to manipulate men and trying to get them to be submissive, you will never end up being in the right situation, because women by nature are not born to lead, because God made them with them tapping into their feelings, into their emotions, right? Well, having their feelings be a byproduct of their emotions. And somebody who doesn't lead with logic, somebody who doesn't lead with the right mental capacity, isn't fit to be a leader, isn't fit for somebody to be submissive to them. Let's get back into this video, man.
I have to show him that sort of power and womanly essence, if you will. He's not going to be submissive to some little ass girl, and that's facts. Number 2, how to get your man to be submissive. You have to find an equal balance of love. It has to be a balance of giving but also taking. He needs to worship you like the queen that you are. He needs to put you first. He needs to compliment you, treat you.
What the hell are you saying? What the hell are you saying? Why should I put you first? Let me ask you a question. Why should men put you first? Why should men put women first? What are you bringing to my life? What are you bringing to other men's life? And I'm talking about women as a whole, that is going to cause us to put you before ourselves. Because this is the question you have to understand. Or this is the thing you have to understand, my bad. If we are supposed to put you first before ourselves, if we flip the role, would you put us before you put yourself first? Let me ask that question again. Since we are supposed to put you before we put ourselves first, would you do the same thing for us? The answer to that is no. So why are you putting out this propaganda, this nonsense in which you don't even fully believe because of the fact that you're trying to prove a point that is useless? Right? Like, I just don't understand it. It's like you sound really ignorant. It's sad because it's like you're not making any sense. Why should the man put the woman first? I'm really confused. Like, I'm confused. But if roles are reversed, the woman wouldn't put the man first, right? This is the type of society we live in with so many double standards. And then at the end of the day, even if the man does put the woman first, the woman is still not going to respect him the way that she's supposed to respect him as a man that embraces his masculine principles, right? Psst, shake my head, bro. Let's get back into it, man.
Like the queen that you are. But also,
Another thing, talking about the queen that you are, what makes you think that you're a queen without having a proper king? Let me ask you that question again. What makes you think that you're a queen without the proper king? For you to be a queen, that means you need to enter into another man's kingdom. Therefore, you need to be submissive to a man in order to enter into his kingdom and be in his kingdom long term, right? You're not a queen without a king. Let me repeat that again. You're not a queen without a king. You're not a queen without being submissive to the king. You understand that? As long as you understand that, you're good. Let's get back into it, man.
you have to love him. You have to show him affection and care, and you have to show him some sort of comfort and support. Now, all of these things I'm saying so far, it may sound like it's being fake or like not being authentic. I want you to actually really feel like doing these things. I love to love and I love to give. I love being affectionate, so I just naturally give to whatever man that I'm with. But that's part of getting him to be submissive, because if you show him that, so it's kind of like with your parents. You go to your parents for comfort. They also discipline you and they're stern with you. It's an equal balance. So it's kind of the same with a relationship. You have to give a little, you have to get, and it's just an equal balance, equilibrium. Number 3, getting your man to be submissive. You have to know how to talk to him. You have to know how to compliment him, be there for him when he's down. Also support him when he's up, and be his, his backbone, his rock, his everything. You just gotta be that woman. A man is gonna naturally gravitate to a woman that he feels like he can be secure around and he can be himself. If he can laugh with you, talk with you about any and everything, and know you're not gonna, look down on him or judge him, he's gonna stick around with you.
Okay, so let me ask this one question, because your logic or the way you are putting your words together, this makes you really look inauthentic, like you said, right? So I want to clarify: are you his rock? Are you his go-to in the sense that he is able to come to you and tell you anything that is on his mind, anything that he is going through, in order for you to be able to get him to be submissive to you? Because if that's so, then that's not right. Honestly speaking, you're preying on his weakness. You're preying on his vulnerabilities, where he's vulnerable, and that's not okay at all. I'll be honest with you, that's very terrible.
It's all about comfort with men. The right man wants to be comforted. He wants to be loved, but he also doesn't want no weak ass female. No female that is mad, clingy, always trying to be around and up under him, who doesn't have like her own thing going, who's insecure. You can't be the type of female that is always asking for his opinion on things. Like, you have to really put yourself first. But this is where the balance comes into play. You got to put yourself first, but also find some way to fit him into your life. A real man is going to recognize a woman that he can actually be vulnerable and submissive around.
Stop this nonsense. Please stop this nonsense. Look at the I smell a whole bunch of hypocrisy. Right? You as the woman, and you are trying to encourage other women to put yourselves first, but you don't want the man to put you first. Or my bad. You're encouraging other women to put themselves and you put yourself first, but you don't want the man to put himself first. Why should he do that? In order to be submissive to you? Even if you do have things going for yourself. Like I've mentioned this before, not on this video, but in previous videos. We generally as men, we don't care about what you have. Even if you have your own things together, we are not looking at that the same way that you look at that for us. Right? We don't care if you have your things together as much as you care as if we have our things together, right? We don't care about that as much. We care if it, we like the things that we care about specifically as men is if you are going to be feminine and submissive. You want the man to be submissive to you. That's why majority of the time, whenever you have women like this, they're not in long-lasting relationships because they don't know how to treat a man. They don't know how to hold on to a man because of everything that they've learned off of society, indoctrinating them, as well as social media telling them a bunch of lies about how a woman is supposed to be. But in all reality, it's a lie. So it's kind of unfortunate. And then another thing she was talking about was how a real man, she's resorting to shaming tactics. So you're not a real man if you're not submissive to your woman. Like, what type of nonsense is that? Y'all leave me some comments in the comment section. Am I tripping or am I not tripping? I know I'm not tripping, but y'all interact with me in the comment section. Leave me your questions, comments, and concerns in the comment box, and I'll get back to your comments. Right? We are a family. I am Wokey Bucks. This is the woke family. We're trying to wake each other up every single day. I'm waking you up to the reality that there's a lot of women in this world that believe what this woman is telling, right? What this woman is saying. So you are not so I want to be sure you're not a real man if you are not submissive to your woman, right? Look at the blasphemy. Let's get back into this, man.
Going to be open to doing all sorts of things. He's going to take your opinions into consideration. Things that you say actually matter and mean something to him. I've said this in my previous video, how to get your woman to be submissive. I'm going to say it again. Submission does not mean whips and chains. It doesn't mean being a simp. It doesn't mean being a fucking pushover. It doesn't mean just shutting up and letting her, basically walk all over you. That's not what submission is. You can still be dominant, but you can also be submissive. You can be both at the same time. You can be a grown-ass, strong-ass fucking man, but also know when to stop and listen to your woman. A lot of strong-ass men know how to be submissive to the right woman. I don't want y'all twisting this shit up and thinking it means a certain thing. And y'all both can be submissive to each other. That's the great thing about love.
No, stop this nonsense. Stop it. Please stop. All right? I want to say this one thing. As y'all can see, I'm a bit triggered by this because this is ridiculous, right? The way that it's supposed to be, the way it should be, right, is that a man is supposed to be dominant in the relationship and the woman is supposed to be submissive in the relationship. That is how you will encounter a long-lasting relationship. That is not to say that the man should not consider the woman's opinions or what the woman has to bring to the table, right? But at the end of the day, the last decision goes to the man, which makes him the dominant person in the relationship because he's the one that controls the dynamic. That's not to say that a woman shouldn't have her own voice and have her own opinion, but at the end of the day, it has to go through a higher figure, which is the man. Right? She is the one that needs to be submissive to the man. A man is not supposed to be submissive to a woman. Let's continue.
Relationships, y'all both can be dominant, y'all both can be submissive, but that's where the balance comes into play. A lot of men that I talk to, I have this type of personality where it's just very, what's the word? Like, I say exactly how I feel. I say exactly what I mean, and like, I don't hold back. I can say some rude ass, disrespectful shit, not intending it to be rude, but I can say some shit, but it's like, it's gonna be respected because it's honest at the same time. Men don't really care if you, I mean, men care if you're being rude and disrespectful, but if you're kind of being mean, a lot of men don't really care about that type of shit. I feel like a lot of men like women that are mean. You gotta say shit, and you have to hold yourself to a certain standard of value and respect. And a man that's going to be submissive to you, people, and this isn't just men, people all around can look at you and tell, just by the way that you carry yourself, how you value yourself and how you feel about yourself. People can tell. That's why my dad always told me that nobody's going to respect you if you don't respect yourself. So when you walking around here in your heels and you're fucking with your nails done and your outfit on point and you looking bad as a bitch, they're gonna tell what type of woman you are just by the way that you walk, the things that you say, and just overall how you carry yourself. People are gonna be able to tell. So for starters, do those 3 things. A lot of it comes with what's inside. You have to have peace up here. You have to know all of the right things to say, how to comfort. You have to be a loving type of person, but also you have to respect yourself and not take bullshit and certain things from people. You gotta stand up for yourself. Men love that shit, and they know that you're not going to just sit there and cry or bullshit about things that they say. That's all facts. All right, y'all. Anyways, as I keep getting off topic, as I was saying, so 3 main ways to get your man submissive. Start with yourself. Build yourself, build your peace of mind, your stability. But y'all are watching the video, so y'all know what's up. All right, I'm out. I talk so much. I love y'all, and we're out.
The reaction video, man. This is really unfortunate that we had to sit down and watch the nonsense that she was spilling from her mouth, right? And that's not to be disrespectful, but at the same time as well too, she obviously doesn't have the right dynamics in mind in regards to how men and women, the dynamics between them really are, right? So point is that for things to really work on in society between men and women, woman has to be submissive to her man, not the other way around. That's not to say that a man should not regard a woman's opinion, but at the same time as well too, whatever the man says is law, right, at the end of the day. And it needs to be respected. We need to bring masculinity back. We need to stop letting society indoctrinate young boys into becoming feminine men, and then they end up getting played and preyed upon by these dominant masculine women who don't care about the man and just want to use him for his resources, right? If you understand what I'm saying, it's because you're woke. But if you do not understand, you're not woke. This is going to be the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends. You feel what I'm saying? We are welcoming more people into the woke family every single day. Spam that comment section, you feel what I'm saying? Let me know your honest opinions. We are growing every single day as a family. Leave me comments. I will respond with questions, comments, and concerns. You feel what I'm saying? We are growing every day. Spam that comment section. Spam that share button. Share this video with as many people as you can. Subscribe to the channel at WokeEbucks. WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. More videos are coming up very soon, so stay tuned. Patreon link, social media links down in the description below. Make sure you give those a check. Without further ado, this is going to be the end of this video. This is WokeEbucks, and I'm out, man.